Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming out today. We are here on the bay side of the convention center. So we are a sea turtle rescue and rehabilitation center down in southern Texas. And today we have the opportunity to release 6 of our 10 patients that we have had in our hospital. And so we are getting ready to bring those patients in. So I'm actually going to go ahead and flip my camera around so that we can see those patients coming in on the truck. And feel free as you join on to say where you're watching from, say hello. I will do my best to make sure that I answer any questions as I do see them. But I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera around. We've got the staff coming through right here. And we are going to be releasing, as I said, 6 out of our 10 patients. These patients are all green sea turtles today. And we typically see green sea turtles in our rehabilitation center because of the way our island is situated. So we have the beautiful Laguna Madre on one side of our island, and it is home to about 80% of Texas's seagrass habitat. And that is one of the absolute favorite foods of green sea turtles. And so we do see a lot of juvenile sea turtles migrating into our bay to feed on that seagrass. And so because of that, that makes them susceptible to several different issues, whether that be boat strikes, entanglement. Oh, I love this sea turtle ink rocks. Thank you all so much for hopping on today. We are very excited to have you with us. And let's see, we've got some people from Tennessee. This is fantastic. So what we're going to be doing today is releasing 6 of our patients. And as we move through with the patients, I'll be talking to you guys a little bit about some of their individual stories. And so you can kind of get a background about why they were here in our facility, how we treated them, and the release process. So you get to get a little bit of a background on the entire rehabilitation process. Hey Emma! Oh, Pearl, watching from Corpus Christi. Love it. So with the 6 patients that we're going to be releasing, as I mentioned, they are juvenile Atlantic green sea turtles. And the first sea turtle that we are going to have coming up is going to be one of our rehab specialists, Casey. She's going to have Blessed. Now, Blessed is a fun turtle. She actually stranded on Thanksgiving, so back in November. And Blessed had a broken flipper. And so she was here with us with care because we had to mend that broken flipper. So we are actually going to follow Blessed all the way down into the water today. So the other patients that we have that we are releasing, besides Blessed, the next one is going to be Ciabatta, which should be following behind really quickly. And as you can see, we've got a lovely crowd out here today to wish these turtles a successful trip back out into their habitat. And so I'm going to get a close-up for Blessed for you guys so you can really see. So as you can see, Blessed she's a green sea turtle, so she has that really pretty sunburst pattern on her shell. And that is characteristic of the species, so they do have that really pretty coloration pattern. You can see all of the crowd. They're very excited to wish these sea turtles well. Now, after Blessed, we will have Ciabatta. So Ciabatta is also a green sea turtle, and Ciabatta is one of my favorite turtles because when she came into us, she had a lot of issues going on. So not only was she had some buoyancy issues, she was unable to dive down, we thought she had some neurological issues as well. And so we kept her here, and we were able to realize that all in all, she just ended up eating some shells. So we were able to get those shells to pass, and she is successfully coming out back into the wild. Now we are heading out into the Laguna Madre. This is typical habitat that we release our sea turtles into, especially our juveniles. And that is because of that lush habitat, that seagrass habitat. Fun fact, sea turtles eat so much leafy green stuff that it turns their fat green. And so as juveniles, they are opportunistic feeders, so they will feed on both protein and greens. They'll feed on anything that they can find, and as they reach adulthood, which takes about 20 to 25 years for a green, they will start to feed on a more strictly vegetation diet. Oh, she's already taken a breath. She's ready to go. So you will see the sea turtles as we release them into the bay today. They are going to typically pop up and take that one last goodbye breath, get a whole bunch of air, and then dive down. Sometimes, if we're lucky, those sea turtles will munch on the seagrass, and we get to show you guys that. But typically they take that big goodbye breath, and off they go into the water. And we are making our trek out. Tide's out today, so we've got a little bit of a walk. Now let's see, we've got a lot of people watching today. This is excellent. So excited to have y'all out here with us. And while we make our way out there, I would like to mention that if you're ever in the area, you can always come visit us and see our current patients. We are very excited because within the next several months, we are going to be able to construct a new sea turtle hospital. This hospital is going to provide both patients and staff with the most up-to-date features available. So we're very excited for that. So if you do plan a trip down to South Padre within the coming years, you might get to see that new hospital, which we're very excited for. You can also stay connected with Sea Turtle Inc. by adopting a patient or becoming a member, and this gives you the opportunity to have access to things like this release today. All right, we got some hello from New York, Austin, Texas. And I promise y'all, if you have some questions and I don't see them, we'll go back through and make sure that we answer all of those questions for you. It's quite the trek today. The water it's low tide. We're gonna be moving pretty far into the bay. All right, so as we make our way into the bay, we're gonna get blessed, ready to go. And we currently have, this is Chris, our director of animal care, and Kate, oh, sorry, he was waving, I took it away. And we also have Casey, who's here with Blessed. She is one of our rehabilitation specialists. So all of the turtles being released today are being released with either our conservation or rehabilitation staff. These are staff members that work directly with these turtles on a daily basis. Oh, you adopted Tumble. That's fantastic. Tumble is actually going to be released today as well. So as they make their way out, once we get Blessed into the water, I will talk a little bit about some of the other patients that we have coming out. Oh, hi Kathy. Hi from Colorado. Oh, you're coming Wednesday. Excellent. Very excited to see this. I love the enthusiasm. So, oh, that's a good question from Kirsten. So typically what we want to do is get out far enough where the seagrass beds are located, because that seagrass provides ample habitat for those sea turtles to feed on. It is extremely low tide today, so we are traveling a lot further than we typically have to. Oh, watch, hello from Missouri. You donated, thank you so much. Oh, you've donated out, or you've adopted Allison. All right, so we're gonna get right up. Okay, we'll get one more close up onto Blessed as we wish Blessed a happy return to the ocean, and away we go. We'll see if she takes a big goodbye breath. We can still see her. She's hanging out right at the surface. And it will be a little difficult. There's that breath. She's ready. She is ready to go. cabin. So typically what we do with our sea turtles is we will give them a pit tag. This is very similar. If you're still looking for blush, she's hanging out right there. She's pretty light colored, so you're able to spot her pretty well. And we will do a pit tag. Lots of brush. She's ready to go. And that pit tag is inserted underneath the skin, and it's very similar to what you would do if you had if your dog ever gets lost, you can scan that microchip and they can find it for you. So it's the same concept that if any of these turtles strand with us again, we can scan them for that pit tag and it can provide us with information about them. Les has taken all the breaths today. He's still hanging out right there. Flip around because I believe we have Ciabatta coming out. So we have Grace with Ciabatta, so making the trek through. So Ciabatta, as I mentioned earlier, is a pretty cool story. Ciabatta stranded and was floating up at the surface, which is usually issues. And we also noticed that she had a bit of a head tilt, and we weren't sure what was going on. As treatment progressed, we realized that she had a lot of shells in her system, and so we were able to get those shells out. Is now ready to go. And it's really fun that I like to mention about these patients is that whoever finds the patient gets to name them. So we have Ciabatta, we've had Blessed. These are all names that either our staff or individuals that found these sea turtles stranded on our shorelines, they name them. So this is Ciabatta. He's ready. He's also taking some breaths. He's ready to go. Excellent. So we'll get Ciabatta going. See if Ciabatta takes off. It's hanging out right there at the surface. He's going. Yep. So he took off. Right. It's going to be difficult to see. Oh, excellent question, Brian. So why do babies go out on the Gulf side? So when those hatchlings hatch, they typically have to swim offshore and get out to the Sargassum Sea or floating Sargassum seaweed beds that provides ample nursery habitat for them. So it protects them. It provides a food source. We release our juveniles into the bay because of the prime feeding habitat. So these sea turtles specifically migrate into our region to feed on seagrass. So we will see green sea turtles scattered throughout our bay all the time. Now we also have coming up Miss Emily with Mushroom. So Mushroom was actually found by Emily. She's one of our current interns here at Sea Turtle Inc. So she discovered Mushroom and brought him in. We don't really know the cause of why Mushroom stranded with us, but we took some blood work, we did some examinations, and he is ready to go. Oh, and I see Candace. We have not found any nest yet, and there goes. There he is. Mushroom was out of here. He was ready. And then behind Mushroom, we have Miss Maria with Sublime. So Sublime is one of my absolute favorite patients. Sublime was an in-water rescue. He was deeply entangled, face down in the water. We were not sure if Sublime was going to make it. And we were able to remove that fishing line and get him healthy and utilizing his flippers again. And so he is ready to be released. And he's a real success story of what rehabilitation can do. We actually did honey massages on Sublime. I think he's heading out right there. And we use that honey because it has antimicrobial properties and it helps stimulate that blood flow. So we were able to do that for Sublime, but he's one of my favorite turtles. Wish him the best of luck. And Pamela, we are in South Padre Island, Texas at Sea Turtle Inc. But yes, Sublime, one of my absolute favorites. We should be having a couple more turtles coming down. Our next turtle that we will have will be Tumble. So we're gonna take a second though, see if I see any turtles popping up. Thank you so much, Pam. So much. Oh, hi, Susan. This is so exciting. Oh, we got a shout out to Kendall. Kendall's not out here yet. I will make sure to tell her. So this is by far one of the most rewarding parts of our job, is to be able to get these sea turtles healthy and to a point where they are able to be successfully released back out into the wild. I think we might have had one of our turtles surface there, take a big gulp of air. Let's see if they pop up here. All right. Oh, Cowgirl. Cowgirl is my favorite. She's one of them, Nathan. She's a favorite. She's up there. So this is by far one of the most rewarding things that we do. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us. I think I see them coming way off in the distance. But we have 2 more turtles that we're releasing today. This is our first release of the spring, which is very exciting. Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Sea turtling constantly on our Amazon smile. Yes, so we appreciate, I just want to say thank you to all of our volunteers, our staff, our previous staff that may be watching today, all of our supporters. We could not do what we do without your help. So we are greatly appreciative of all of the donations, the time, the effort that y'all put into our facility. You truly make a difference, and you are helping us become better than we could ever imagine. So thank you all for the support. Now, Tumble is what we lovingly refer to as a rock baby. So Tumble was found out in the jetties. So the way our island is situated is we have both on the northern and southern sides of the island, we have rock jetties. And typically, the same sea turtles that migrate into our bay to feed on that seagrass will also swim out into the algae that grows on those rocks. And in doing so, they tend to come up when the tide is high, so that they can really get in those crevices, and then the tide goes out and they get stuck, and then we get a phone call. So one of the things that, if you are local, if you're watching this and you are local or you're in the Rio Grande Valley, if you are ever on our island and you see a sea turtle, love it. Thank you, Christopher. So you see a sea turtle and you're not sure if it is okay, in distress, we ask that you give us a call, because we want to go out and check out these sea turtles. We have 5 of the 7 species of sea turtles here along our island, and every single species is either endangered or threatened. And so we have a very large responsibility towards the conservation of these animals. So we like to know anytime that the public sees a sea turtle and they're not sure if it is injured or in distress. Because our main goal is to get these sea turtles healthy and back out into the wild. Hi from Austin. Hi, Cindy. I'm waving at you. You can't see me, but I'm waving. Yes, unfortunately, I do apologize. It's pretty windy today, so if you are having trouble hearing me, it is that wind. But this is Tumble. One of our rock babies got stuck in the jetties, had a few abrasions to his shell. He's ready to go. We have Miss Kendall here. All right. Let's see if he takes that big goodbye breath. Oh no. Looks like Tumble, I can't even see. Oh, there we go. There he is. And it's a little difficult to see with the glare on the water, but he is directly out in front. Oh, that's his little head that just popped up. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Thank you all so much for your support. We've got people from Erie, Pennsylvania. Kendall got a shout out there. So yep, so he's hanging out right there. So typically they may take like 1 or 2 big goodbye breaths, and then they pop down, they may feed on some seagrass, and they jet on out. So we'll see here. He's just hanging out. Now, and this is very special in case if y'all are just tuning in or you don't know a lot about what we do. This is the first time that we've done a public bay release to this magnitude in several years. So being able to share this with the community who not only supports us, but helps us with these events. It's wonderful. All right, we're gonna see. I think I see her coming. So our last patient, many of you probably know if you follow Sea Turtle Inc., is Cowgirl. We are happy to see Cowgirl go, but also sad. So Miss Cowgirl, if you don't know, is stranded multiple times along South Padre Island, and that is not the norm. Typically, when we release our sea turtle patients, they get healthy and off they go. Cowgirl, originally stranded several months ago, she washed up on the Gulf side, and yes, Emma, I appreciate the enthusiasm, Emma, Nathan. Exactly, she's phenomenal. And so what happened is she stranded up on the surf, brought her in, wasn't really sure what was happening. We checked her vitals. Within a few days, she was eating well, swimming well. After 12 days, she stranded back on the shoreline along the Gulf. And so again, we weren't really sure what was going on with her because we brought her back into the facility. Her vitals were good. She started immediately eating. She was swimming well. So we wondered maybe, okay, this is predator avoidance. Maybe she got tired and washed up on the shore. And so we weren't really sure what was going on. Got her healthy, released her again. 6 days later, Cowgirl stranded in the same place. Just about the same place. And so at this point, we just thought, maybe she's on a spa vacation. She's enjoying her time here at Sea Turtle Inc. But we are hopeful that this is the last time that we will see Cowgirl. We want her to go and thrive in her natural habitat. If Cowgirl does strand an additional time, she will end up being deemed non-releasable. And so we hope that is not the case. We want to see Cowgirl take a big goodbye breath and off she go. And I did see, I saw the question that, will they all group together? So no, sea turtles are solitary creatures. So they do not need to be together. There goes Cowgirl. All right, we're gonna see. She's our last turtle being released today. Thanks, Amy. I appreciate it. Let's see, oh, there she goes. She was ready. Her spa vacation has ended. She's checking out. So we'll see if she pops up for a breath, but she might have been ready to go. Oh, she's munching on some seagrass. We'll see if she pops up. We'll give it a minute or two. I know. Oh, hi, Mary. Yeah, she's so big. She's gotten so big. She's grown so much. She came in at a whopping 2.9 pounds. She was a tiny little thing. Awesome. All right. I think she's ready to go. So with that, again, I just want to say, sorry, the wind, it's a mess today. Just want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. And, you can always follow us on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram to stay up to date on when we are doing these releases. And if you guys ever get the opportunity to come down into South Padre, please stop in and say hello. We would love to see you. Thank you all so much for your support, your kind words, and your enthusiasm. So I hope y'all take care, and we will see you soon.